The design crystal, let's go through and let's go back to the origins of how human design works. 8 hours before your parents get together, your father's energy, your father's soul energy calls forth what's called the design crystal, a crystalline code of information that resides within the earth. That crystalline code of information is bundled with the magnetic monopole, that magnetic force that ends up taking up residency in the G center. The design crystal at the moment of your physical conception engineers all the parts of the story that make your physical body. It holds your genetic programming, including your ancestral lineage. And so this disguise, if you will, this life disguise, your avatar for this lifetime, the code for that avatar lives in the design crystal. That design crystal, as the body matures, eventually takes up residency in the ajna. The code for your soul, which ultimately resides in the head center, which is the interface between the human story and the soul story. And that interface happens between the gate 63, 61, and 64, the 3 gates of the pineal gland, or the third eye. That soul story, or that soul code, drops in at the moment of your birth. That's the personality crystal, right? That code of information that contains your soul purpose. It's not your mind. The mind, which is technically the head and the ajna, the mind is comprised of both design and both the soul code and the human code. So the soul code is that code that drops in, that amplifies, or that expresses the soul purpose at the moment of birth. And the design crystal is your disguise that your soul is wearing in this lifetime. The trick is learning how to find that bridge between those two parts, because oftentimes those parts are almost set up in conflict to each other, right? The soul wants to take over and drive the show, because the soul is like, why am I in this tiny little human body? I remember how to make planets and cosmoses and universes, and why am I stuck in this little human story, right? And the human part is like, no, we got to do all this human stuff, and all that big stuff you're thinking about, that's not possible. So you have to oftentimes find that bridge between those two parts. And that's really the source of maturity in the journey of the human story, is learning how to really be present to the human story, to allow the soul purpose to be integrated into the human story, and to let the human story be integrated into the soul purpose. You know, your life path is basically a high-speed magnetic rail, right? And the train that rides that rail, that magnetic rail, is the design crystal, right? Your body, your life purpose. The job of the soul is to learn to just relax and let the train go where it's going to go, at least in the beginning.